G'day, g'day. Hope you guys are having a good one. I'm gonna quickly be just working on something in GeoGen, and then I'll get on to making a quick sword, and then working my level design. I'll get into it a little bit, but somebody was just asking for a preset. Um, in GeoGen, so I figured I'll go make a preset for them, and then get into it. So I gotta be honest, it's been a really long time since I've last used GeoGen, so trying to do this off the top of my head is kind of proving to be a bit tricky, but so I might end up playing around with it all, but we can see if we can figure it out. It's not edge detect. What am I after? It's like a just or something, I don't know. How do you determine this? It's definitely not what I'm after. Um, 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 um. I'm after. Hold on. If I go back to the adjust, can I bring it in? Damn, I just want to adjust where it goes. Filter blend. Maybe I end up watching my own video for that. Oh, because I know what I need to do. I just don't know the node. Delta? Hold on. We're gonna work this one out. I just want to know what node it is. What's a mask adjust? Now I have just a whereas this gives you much for better visibility. Probably go black. Yes, but this one should be fairly simple. We played around with this as well as black. I see where I went wrong. That's where the ground should be the ground. It's because there's not much difference in this, whereas this gives you much better gradient. See, I just unplugged it. I see. Let me copy this. Probably go like that. I mean, that'd work. Why is it 2? I probably just go like this. I mean, it's not perfect, but yes, actually, that's genius of them to save me from accidentally overloading. What happened to my storage? I'm still losing a shit ton. This'll do though. Jenga. Did I not? Weird, I never even ended up saving it. Sweet, I'll send this over to them. And then we can get into it. Where's the Jenga? Oops. Make sure I have Discord open. Oh, let me. Oh, let me search the name. Maybe that's changed. Oops. Oh, I just wish I remembered how to go about not really mucking it up. It's so hot though. I wish you could change these minimum. Soft alpha. It's like I want the height, but I don't want these details. So I don't know, but it works for the most part. I sort of like that area. Hearing lots of talking. It's really weird. I'm making a sword though, because I want like a sort of like a Witcher Easter egg in my project. So I'm gonna quickly make one. I won't spend long, but I'm sort of just going for something like that. Let me swap monitors so you guys can be on this monitor. Because the issue, unless I just use PureRef, then I don't run into that issue. The only reason I don't like using Google Images for references on that monitor is because it's a pretty big monitor. So, you know, I'm usually looking at my normal monitor. If I want to look at the reference, it's all the way on the side, which is a much bigger distance than what I want to have to deal with. So, at least on this monitor, my normal, just add-on monitor. Oh, I don't run into that. Yeah. Alright. So let me go get the size. Assuming I'm still working in meters, this being a meter, that'd be 1.5 meters. Oops. Just get that size. It's not going to be as long, but I'm just trying to get rough sizing. Even then, this still might be way too much as well. Kind of what we're going to be working with. So, this goes about maybe 40%. The situated. That's probably not the best way of approaching this part, but I'm not too bothered. Let's go here. World design and class. Let me go about this. Awesome. Might still time this up again. Still a bit too wide, I think. Hold on. Actually works out pretty well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Clean. Redo that. Still tied up a little bit. And then spread that out a little bit. Alright, so with that, I'd probably say blade's about done. Very simple. I do like the shape. Now this next part is gonna be more annoying. Here we can think I sort of have another idea in mind for this, but there's different ways you can go about these. What? Ugh. I don't know why I feel like that's slightly off, but oh well. Am I crazy? Yeah, that's definitely off. Oops. Oh no, I already know where this is going. Oh, there we go. This might be fine. letting me leave those extras. Oops. Awesome. Fuck's sake. Okay. Actually, let's enlarge that a bit. crying out loud. Ugh. Maya, why are you so annoying? Smoothing those. This, of course. You are fine. I wish that worked. Oh, we've been going for 47 minutes. Not bad. We're almost done as well. Nice. That's that was meant to be. Bring this in a bit more as well. Just don't know if I want to keep that like that. I don't think I do. Level that. So it's not so harsh, and then I think that's pretty much done model-wise. Maybe this, just to give it a bit of roundness. Still fairly low poly. Like it's just something that's going to be on the ground. Ow. Oops. Let me smoothen this. Smoothen that. Should get nice. So that can be middle, 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 middle. It can be fabric. Whatever. History, freeze transforms. Combine. Oops. Let me file and export this, we'll bring it to Ryzen, do some quick textures, and then we'll get going. Oh, no, it's just exporting weirdly. Let's find FBX. Oops, I don't want the E. I always find the most ironic thing, sorry. I was just looking on the side. With Marmoset, for some reason, I don't know why, you do not have permission to view the message history. I don't know if I ended up accidentally selecting this and then it just canned me from being able to see, or like, if there was another reason. But my only role is, well, outside of being tester, is 2D artist. Whereas 2D art is like the one thing I don't do. Which is ironic. It's like probably one, if not like the only thing of like all the choices that I don't do. So I'm not sure how that happens. I mean, for this, I'd probably just be like 3D generalist, but generally I like to say like prop art. Oh, hello there. It's 3:18. I sort of want to have this done by at the latest 4. I'm not too sure if I'll stream tonight because of this. If so, I guess you can look to check out some Evoland. I gotta finish it, to be honest. I'm like a good chunk of the way through, but I don't know why I'm missing all of these. What are these? You bought the DVD player, too expensive, but I could buy it if I really wanted to. I'm pretty sure I was looking at a walkthrough because I was getting kind of lost. And I believe I'm pretty damn close to finishing. But yeah. Anyway, so for anybody interested, I picked up Evoland with the sale. I picked up Evoland. You have an art book? Oh, it's just downloadable. So I must have it then. I picked up Evoland, Immortal Redneck. Which is, this one's alright. I did like a run, kind of got railed, and I'd probably need to do more runs. Because it's similar to one of the games that we were making, those prototypes, so it's good to have a bit of a reference. Similar. I picked up Web Fishing. So I don't think Web Fishing's going on sale, but then I was like, oh, I'm buying a couple other games. Because I was sort of waiting for a sale, but it's been out for a while. Now, it's been out since, yeah, October. And I was like, I'll go pick it up. So I was playing a little bit earlier today. I don't know why it crops everything a bit weird though. That massive ship that somebody had. Ship. Fish. That's small. I got this real small one actually. Yeah. Rainbow trout. 0.01 centimeters. I'm like, okay, buddy. Oh, but that's been pretty fun. And then I picked up Evoland 2, I think I said, Web Fishing, and yeah. Web Fishing seems worth it for me. I mean, I was just doing it during the lecture. I was just playing it during the lecture. Because I figure, like... Dude. We weren't really doing too much in the lecture, like it's just a lecture, and I, like, not, like, if I'm playing an idle game and it's like a full idle game, I could generally leave that running, but then some of those idle games require a bit of, like, focus, and so I struggle to play some of them, because then I end up spending, it's like an idle game, but it's not actually an idle game, it's just you don't do much during that time. But where's my... Hold on, can I actually load this? Okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, there's no way I can load that. Oh, I saved it to some fucking who knows where. On accident. I think I turned my... I think I accidentally bumped my music and I keep going down. I'm like, why is it so quiet? But it's... I didn't change the volume, so it should be just fine for you guys. So I was like, there's no way that I could have run that on Oh, I'm gonna need to update that actually. Still feels a bit thick. In the references, they have these over here. Just sort of like around it, but I don't know if I really want that, to be honest. I'm gonna do that actually. We'll make that change then. Because they don't look half bad. Oh, make sure these are straight. These are smooth, sorry. So they just realized that they weren't. Much better. Still quite a thick sword, especially for like that handle. So I might once again ask for your financial support. Oopsies. We separate. I feel like I should be able to just go like this actually instead. Bring it in that way. Yo, Arnold, how's it going? Uh-oh. Oh, oopsies. I'm just working on my world design class. I'm just making a sword. How about you? What are you up to? It's maybe looking a bit better, to be honest. Making a Witcher sword. I'm doing a little Easter egg. Which hopefully should look pretty cool. Tis my hope. Oops. Does what barely fits. Researching puzzles. For the horror game, yeah. Getting some good puzzles found, or no real success just yet? I'm sort of straying a little bit further away, and some things like this arguably should be more high poly. Let me... You know what? I'd rather go more high poly than not high poly enough. And I sort of did keep it a bit different because this one just goes from about like there out. I sort of want mine to be a bit longer. So some creative liberties. When I asked ChatGPT, yeah. Fair enough, fair enough. It's not too long. There is some info, but limited to how we can apply it in the game. Some really cool riddles and puzzles out there. Yeah. It's hard to make something genius. It's like reminds me of hold on. Reminds me of actually hold on a minute here. Well, I'm here, I know I'm gonna regret not doing this, so let me. There's no reason to keep that extra geo. Aha! It's gonna give me bad mesh, then I will have to. Even though it's slightly, the shading you can sort of see is slightly off. It's fine. Reminds me of something that I read about writing smart characters. I mean, it is kind of obvious, but the one, I can't remember exactly how the quote went, but it went something along the lines of the difficulty along the lines of writing a smart character is the character is only limited to the amount of I guess creative genius that you sort of hold. I think if I recall correctly, I can't remember where the quote came from. I can't remember if it was like something like legitimate, like an actual book writer, or if it was something I remember at least I think the quote was used in regards to The Witcher TV series and how they're sort of trying to change it up and have smart characters. Well, I can't remember, maybe it was The Witcher or something like that, but it was effectively, there was something that was like adapted and it had like a faux smart character. Oh, I think I know what it was. It was a specific character, I remember, I think. Somebody was talking about it. This guy, Sigismund Dijkstra, in the Witcher books. And he's like a very, very smart individual. So it's kind of hard to write him being smart. And so what they did is they kind of like, in the TV series, they rewrote the, they kind of changed a lot of what you know, makes him stuff. Like they changed a lot of the story. And with that, they kind of made the character stupid. And so a lot of people are just like, you know, the only reason that he now sounds like an absolute moron is because, you know, they just cannot make him sound smart, if that makes sense, because they're not able to develop like a smart character in that regard. And that's like one of the tricky things of like why, I mean, I don't inherently think, like, I don't think I'm stupid or anything like that, but trying to create like a super intricate, detailed like puzzle and stuff like that, I would always struggle with, because trying to create something that's like, you know what I mean, that intellectually smart, like I just don't have that puzzle fucking shit in my head, you know. I don't know. Let's not have that come up. And let's re-import. Yes. Is this the right thing? It is the right thing with some changes. Awesome. Just thinking if I want this dimple or not. Because that comes with a dangerous territory. And then I also got to think about whether I want to cut it. I think I want to cut it, but the issue is you get seam lines, and that can be an absolute pain. Creativity is seeing what others see, thinking what no one else has ever thought. Exactly. which is difficult. Oops, the fact that I'd stay. Not the right thing anyway. Cut this up just for better seams. Yeah, I myself am not good at creating up those sorts of things. To be honest, I don't think I'm like, in general, actually that creative of a person. I like really put my mind to it. Oh, I forgot that I accidentally left that. It's gonna come up a little bit weirdly. Here's a cool quote. Yep. I might as well cut that actually, even though I generally wouldn't. It's hidden. Forgot to remove the space, I just realized. I can probably get away without that actually. Oops, I saved over. Oopsies. Oh well. Let me just quickly save this original message. Use a glass to see your face. You use works of art to see your soul. Exactly. So you can really show where all your geniusness and stuff comes out. Ah, I knew it. We are gonna run into issues. Why is it all, I gotta decide. Is this gonna be fine? I think not. Sorry, I just need to add another loop cut, I think. It's just so long, if that makes sense. So if I can cut this one in half, should just give me a better result. The reason for this, hold on. Is these are using the maximum amount of space, whereas this is not using the maximum amount of space. So if I can cut these in half, then these can cover more space. Downside, that didn't even fucking work. I'll re UV it. There we go. It only takes like me. This doesn't take me long to UV. In all honesty, I love Ryzen. If you want a good program, Arnold, for UVing, this is by far the best program. I'll tell you, this reinvigorated my interest in Yuving. I was like a avid. I never hated. Okay, I never hated Yuving, but it was always something like a bit of lack of knowledge for me. And then I started learning Yuving. I got into using Rhizome, and I tell you, never looked back since. I should be back to where I was now. Okay, that's much better. I think I'll leave these as is. We're just being a little bit of a silly goose. Scenario. Ugh. Right, for these. It's not finished, but Shift P? No. We are working with Peck. Where's the picking button that I'm after? I could have sworn it was Shift P. But Shift P seems to still be... Oh no, Shift P is working. Never mind, I'm just crazy. Just that one wasn't rotated properly. Because we got, for example, P to pack. Shift P packs with my changes, so if I went like this, I'd Shift P and it packs like that, whereas if I just press P normally, it packs to its own standard. So, as you can see here, our textile density is a lot better. How big are we going? Anyway, save that. I still need to... Oh, I never got around to texturing the rest of the models, but I might do that tomorrow with it in the thing. Because, I mean, we're just refining at the moment the game, the existing game. So, I guess I can spend that time doing this, and then I need to... Oh, shit. What time is it? 3:42. Fuck. I'm gonna finish this sword quickly, and then I'm gonna start writing up one of my documents that I haven't started for tomorrow, so I don't have to do that tomorrow morning. Let's go 2K, to be honest. I would usually do 4K. Well, I wouldn't usually, but if this was a portfolio piece, this would be a 4K. But I don't need another thingy. What are we wanting? I'm not trying to spend long on this, to be honest. It's like that could work. these could really work, to be honest. Those normals are fucked. I think Steel Ruined is probably my go-to for this. Let's use these two. Should give me pretty good results. So whether I want to use that, I'll use that. I'm gonna use this. I actually made a leather, but I don't remember. That is actually not bad. See, I'm thinking this. Got, oops. That, not half bad. I did not know you could do the black and white spots to change that up. Oh, polygon, there we go. Save this as, oh, sorry, I just missed your message. Just downloaded Ryzen UV Real and Virtual Spaces. We'll try it later. How yeah? It's super slick. I can't remember if it locks you or you can still use it, but you just can't export later after the thing. But it's super, super good. So, to give you a bit of, I don't know how long. Maybe you sent that message a while ago and I was too locked the fuck in. And you've moved on from that, but... so the devs of Ryzen used to make it this product, this UV product. I forgot what it's called. And then they got hired by Maya to make the Maya UV editor. So they were hired to design the Maya thing. Probably with other people, but they were some of the people and they took a lot of that technology from the original one. Then after doing that, they left again and they made the Ryzen one. Oh. Oh, really? Super quick. But they have some crazy stuff. So they have like, I made a video on it. Check this one out. This one, I think, saves a heap of time, especially for the stuff that you'd do. Because you do the occasional thing. Oh, never mind. Hold on. Let's select and apply UVs to similar objects. Yeah, so you can do this. Check this out. This was something that I was working on last year. Well, actually, a horror game last year. So what you can do is I got these objects here, and they're all the same. Like, these are slightly different. So as long as they're like the same, then they're fine. But these two are like slightly different size, and that was kind of a blunder on my end. But what I can do is I can UV this. So I cut that. So these are cuts there. And then I'll press U for unfold. I'll get it the way that I want. And I can go here. And what I can do is I can press select similar. So I'll select them all. And then it cuts them all. So these are all now got cuts. So you can see here, the purple means a cut. So I go select it. Select. Now they all cut. And this it doesn't matter how many things. As long as they're the same like ratio and stuff, then it's fine. And then there's also like a stack similar, of course, if you want to stack them and stuff like that. But stuff like that, like if you're doing a bunch of just like basic level layout and stuff like that, and you're using a lot of the same objects, this could make your life so much easier. Stuff like that. Stuff like that. There's heaps of really, really good stuff. So now I've stacked it and stuff. But yeah. But I think it's pretty gangster, because everything's, check this out. Everything is via keybind, so I don't even have to click. Like, I'm not clicking. C, W for weld. So weld will remove it. You C for cut, W for weld. You know. Then you got like, I got my keybinds for the different ones. So like 1, 2, 3, 4 for the different selection modes. And like I select it. U for unfold, P for pack. And that's pretty much all you need for like general stuff. And then you got all the extra keybinds and all the extra stuff with it. That makes up all that I really use, really. So yeah, it is I'm pretty sure it is like the best one that you can get. Some people will use, there's a couple Blender add-ons that are good, but they have their own, you know what I mean? There's pros and cons of using them. There's UV Pack Master. I actually did some testing for them. They're porting over to, yeah. They're porting over to Maya UV Pack Master, which is pretty cool. So I did a bit of testing for them and helped them. UV Pack Master was pretty good, but that's only for packing. So it's like, you have to, if you want to make use of UV Pack Master, which already costs a bit of money in itself, you got to get UV Pack Master, and then you also got to get some program for cutting and stuff like that. Because packing is very, very helpful. That's that whole packing algorithm. So that's just, you've got all your objects and stuff. You've got it all, you know, and oops. You need to make it all fit within the UV square. Just pressing P, it packs and it, you know, mixes them all up and stuff like that. So as you can see here, I've packed it and everything's all pretty good. Why are we being a little funky? But yeah, you've got all these, and then you've got things of like, not grid size. You've got, where did I put it? Did I change one of the controls? Yeah. So you like my margins and stuff, so how close you want them to be. Stuff like that. And then you get some accuracy. So I can go like ultra accuracy, like 64 iterations. This isn't going to make a difference for what I'm doing. Because, well, it might make a bit of a difference, but what it does is it does 64 different tries of trying to, you know, get it to work with the highest quality accuracy and stuff like that. And so you can actually get things. If I was actually doing like a super dense, like there's a lot going on, that can provide a lot better results. Although I'm not getting better results for this one. I don't know why. Usually there's a, I don't know if it's because I turned it off on accident. Oh, here we go. You gotta be in UV mode. You can see the percentage of usage. So if I don't know if this is gonna overlap it. I mean, that changes it up, but it's still 36. Sometimes you get a couple extra scales and stuff like that. It's just I don't have enough objects. And then my blade is way too long. So the blade holds back everything. It can never increase because the blade is too long. Unless I cut the blade up more, but I can't really do that. Got some dirt. Make that actually a bit more visible. I'm not trying to go too crazy with this, to be honest, but what's going on? Just gotta figure out which one I want to use. Foster. Alright, hold on. We're getting an issue here. What's going on? What's it being weird? So that is my AO. I'll say I almost would have preferred more, but then if I go, I'm just trying to see, there's a way that you can bake your AO into this, and that's what I'm trying to find. I do got some weird parts. Where do we get to? We got to lighten. Subtract. It's obviously not doing anything. Screen. Might give a decent. No, screen doesn't do it. Ugh. Highlight. So it's darken. This is lighten. I swear there was a good way of getting this going. What is... Oh. Let me turn it on before I start going through some of them. Maybe multiplier could work. Just gotta fix up some of these weird parts. Just not adding too much to it though. Weird. Oh, I got bumps on that would explain it. Some roughness. Bumps. Tiling of 2, probably. Do the job. Maybe turn it down a bit. Okay. Maybe it's fine then. You definitely want to tone this one down. Edge damage. Might turn that one down a little bit as well. Highlight can definitely go. And this dirt occlusion's giving me the weirdest shit. I'll come back to that. These dirt scratched I'm not too worried about, to be honest. Steel scratch, sorry. Oops. It's fine. Let me add... I'll add my normal roughness that I always do. Black mask, fill. Fingerprints. It's my secret touch that I always do. If that contrasts a little bit. Let me go triplanar to get rid of that. Or linear, but I can maybe get around it. This. I do this. Hold on. This is fine. Let me go add a paint layer. Oops. Let's erase it. What's going on? Ah. And you wouldn't even know. There are a couple like parts, but it's fine, I think. Do I want to bump it up? Let's lower it. Do you use Substance 3D Sampler to make tileable textures? I don't. I generally figure I have, and that's what it's for, but do I personally? No. I have made a couple. Let me see. Oh. On my... I did a this concrete seamless texture that I made. I don't know if I covered it in here. Yeah, so this... Oops. This is sampled from real life. That was actually sampled from a job that I went to. I just took a picture of the ground. That was that. I think? Yeah. But personally, I don't. If you want to make really simple, if you want to make really basic materials and you don't really want to go too in depth, that's what Sampler's for. Generally, I mean, you can do photogrammetry in it, although the photogrammetry is kind of You can sample. It got turned into for sampling, but they do have a lot of things for that. Although they don't update it anymore. To be honest. And then there's this. I mean, I made this one though. This one was Substance Designer. This was Sampler, so I made this all in Sampler. So this is just using default sampler stuff. And then this, I think, was also sampler. Yeah. I had this where you can change the things, which is very simple. I don't know. If I have something basic, I can do it. When was this? I've not seen a sampler update in who knows how long. Last updated. Oh, we actually got an update. You don't understand how important that is. They said here, you will get free updates until the end of 2024. There was one update throughout 2024, and you could not get it on this version. And it's like, oh, wow. So I'm kind of surprised that we actually did get something in the end, because it was like, don't get me wrong, I love free updates, and I appreciate that they were willing to give us free updates. The issue is they didn't, so there was no point in even saying that. They did the same with there was this, and Stager got that whole treatment. So I'm gonna quickly check to see if Stager did get one thing. They had the same treatment because they removed it off Steam, and they were like, we'll give you free updates. And then all they did was include several security fixes. And Stager is fundamentally broken. Okay, so there's no more updates for Stager then. But Sampler did get something. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Creative Cloud Libraries support will end inside. So it's like fully... Stager's fully gone. Stager's for rendering. So Sampler has a new rendering system with path tracing. Sorry, I'm just getting a little distracted with this. So Sampler meant to have some new renderer. So you might as well just use Sampler. Choose between real-time path tracing. Wait, quick actions. Interesting. Hold on. Okay, well, here's an example of this. Filter update available. Oh, these all got update. I got no clue how these all work then, because I haven't done all this and... Oh, I see. Something's broken. No, it's not broken. That's my pavement settings got changed. So these are all things. So I can add these. So I could add, for example... Hold on. I gotta figure out... I haven't done... They've completely changed this. But I could add, for example... Gum. Right? And now I've got discarded gum on here. So you can sort of... There's a heap of these. Or I could add moss. Right? And I can add moss here. Although bear in mind, I am tiling this a couple times, so this is the actual size of things. I just have it tiled a couple times. And so you got heaps of controls within all these. But this sort of gives you an idea of like what you can kind of do with it all. So there's a heap of these. It'll finish, invert, make it tile if I wanted to tile it. So there's a heap of stuff. Both really good for making your own stuff. Well, that's pretty cool. Erosion. But yeah, that's kind of what I ended up doing. Hold on. Hi. Use Sampler. Just wanted to know if I used it. Ah. Have you used this new update? I've never seen this. I don't personally, though. If I change the thing then. Ah, here we go, be under joint. No? You have the... Ah, yeah. I just have the Steam... Well, no, I do have those as well. I am not a fan of using Adobe. Because, one, I'm not paying for it when I leave. So I always look at it like, if I can get away and get used to not using it, then I don't have to worry, like, you know what I mean? Like there's so many tools. This is one thing that I sort of dislike. about using all this, about some of the things that we get taught. Here we go. Why is it still so fat? Is because the last thing that you want is like everyone get used to Maya, and then coming out you have to spend $400 for Maya. And you know, people just won't have $400 to just fucking spend. So stuff like that, where I'm just like, they've kind of ruined this. I don't know why they fucked around with that. I have to figure that out myself. But so I like using everything that I have access to, because then I know that as soon as I'm out of uni, I'm going to be just as good as I am. Because that's like the one downside. I don't know how much, I think Ryder at least was paid. I don't know if it still is. But outside of that, like, you guys don't have to pay, I don't think, too much on your stuff. But also we got like ZBrush. ZBrush is like over $1,000 a year pretty much and stuff. It was about $1,000 a year and stuff like that. How much money it is. You know how much money is in 4K texture sump is great, yeah. I use Designer though. Designer's the real king. So if you want, it's because it's Substance 3D Designer. They all changed the names to 3D Designer. This is where I want, but the issue is, this I could get great jobs. If I could get really good at this, I could get great jobs. The only downside is this starts getting super complex. Let's see if I have anything good off of this. Nothing there. Leather, concept. I don't know if I have anything too crazy. What is this? Yeah, node-based. This is where you get real money. Why are we... No. It's like I got a heap of things. Oh, that was just typical grass. What do we got? I made, for example, a stone texture. Fabric. What is this? Lava. Oh yes, I made a lava texture. This is for our last game. So if I could get actually good at these, this would be amazing. There's just using, of course, all these stuff. But this is just so complex because you're learning. Like, there's just so many nodes and shit like that that you have to get used to. Why does this spout weirdly? A very dark metal. Oh yeah, because I don't think we're using PBR to, like, fully extent. I guess I made a archery target material. I did a heap of things, to be honest, for this. I think all of these are flat. I don't have displacement, so some of these aren't like completely what they would look like. But I don't know, kind of interesting. But if I wanted like a real quick 5-minute thing, I could just make it in here. Hold on, I want to see path tracer. Same with Houdini. Houdini is very complex, but there is very little that it can't do. Yeah. I think... Oh. Year by year, it gets closer. I know Houdini's working on animations now. And that's going to be pretty crazy. So we've got all these. And this is great and all. But this path tracer just doesn't actually run. Like, I'm scrolling. We are not able to do anything. Why is that? These plugins and stuff. Surely there's got to be more control. Oh, there we go. I just want to see if this actually works. Oh, here we go. Quick actions. Let's go. They've changed these. I think some of these used to be on this side. We can clone stamp on here? But I can't do this. No. 3D capture. Oh, they've taken 3D capture out. Why is this bringing this up? I originally wanted to do a degree. Oh, the art degree, but I figured there is more benefit in the software degree in teaching yourself the art side. Yeah. I know a lot of people that are swapping between the two, to be honest. Rename. Oh, so you can actually hold multiple materials in the one project. That's cool. A lot of it's new. I don't know. Art side of things is 50-50. Like, you can get a job, of course, in art without going to university for art. But hold on, turn on shadows to improve. Keep shadows off. Any issues? My sampler just doesn't run if I want to turn it on. You can actually turn the shadows on. Let's go. It's kind of goofy though. But so yeah, you can get like a job and stuff like that without it. That's really not great. But oh, there we go. Now we got the path tracer working. I don't know what. Maybe you have to turn it on. Hold on, let me just quickly see. That's pretty cool. Can get some good renders out of here, I guess. Where's the displacement so low? Pretty cool. The leaves aren't really displacing. 3D capture is part of Modeler. Oh, it's part of Modeler now. Because it used to be some big thing that they were trying to bring in here. So they've changed it? Interesting. I've never really done too much in Modeler, but I have done a little bit. Like, I've done a bit of testing, but I've never actually done full-on projects in Modeler. And I mean, Modeler seems pretty cool, but I've never gone around completely to fluffing around in it. But yeah. Oh, and what was I saying? So you can do some, like, you can get a job and stuff, but I do find, I don't know how much you guys get to learn art-wise throughout the course, because I do think there's definitely a lot of stuff that I've learned here that I've found very helpful. But I think if you know the right tutorials and stuff like that, you could probably get away with that, not worrying too much. Oh shit, you'll love Modeler. You must use it with VR goggles. We didn't learn anything? Ah, really? No. I've done a little bit with Modeler. No, you can do without VR goggles, because I've done it without VR. I do have a VR headset, but my VR headset doesn't really work anymore. It's not fully supported anymore. For the mixed reality headset. I use multiple. Hold on. Some of these go to use like multiple things. You can pick up a set of Quest 2 girls for 250. Yeah, maybe at some point I can check it out. I think for me, I never really got too into the whole VR sphere. So I don't know if... Hold on. Why is that being goofy? So I don't know if it'd be worth it for me to get another one. But they are pretty cool. I did enjoy using it. I'm just trying to find what my thing is. But no, I do... So Modeler is good because it's super simple. Like, you can get into it and just start modeling very, very easily. If you use something like ZBrush, which I've already paid for ZBrush, so I generally just use ZBrush for most things. In that regard, I should say, sorry. The issue with ZBrush is it is hella complex. Give me one momento. Never use ZBrush? I totally get you on that one, and I don't blame you. I would probably say it's good to stay away from. Hold on. Somebody's asking me some help in this program. I don't know how much you've seen of ZBrush, but there's just so much that's just like, why are you doing this? Why are you designed this way? Oops. Oh, okay. One most annoying thing is I paid for the software, a full-on version of it, and every single time I log in, I have to load up the stupid Maxon app. For this. There's so much stuff, which is great, don't get me wrong. Everything's in their own little thing and you have to find it. So yes, your file, you want to save and everything, your file's in the middle because they decide this to be all alphabetical. Everything's just folded up. There's gonna be things that you want to know how to do, and it's like, oh, I know exactly what I want, you know? But it's finding which file it is, you know? Which drop-down, sorry. If you're gonna play around with your lighting, you have to go into light and then play around with all these. And just knowing where those are. So if I want to, for example, decimate this, I have to go Z plugin, decimation master, play around with decimation, pre-process, and then once you pre-process, you decimate it, and then stuff like that. It's like, you don't know those sorts of things unless you've like used it enough. Stuff like polygroup it. What else? That one's pretty good. I haven't really used that one myself. But just all these. Then on top of that, like your normal settings. Where are we? I mean, let's just, for example, my last project. I open up my last project. You've got all of these, and all these are super, like, they're all important, but it's like super, like, trippy. Trying to find it. So if I want a Boolean, I gotta go all the way in here. make a Boolean to go into subtool. Or is it, yeah, subtool. Not geometry, subtool and then Boolean. Same with all these sorts of things. Just like, man, that's confusing. So, you sort of get used to it, of course, but it's just stuff like this. This is horrible user interface. So I've actually ended up just placing what I want down here. There's like the majority of the times I just use these. And then I ended up having to do my own, like, almost a script to close and delete stuff. So now I can mask something, delete mask, and you're just like, oh, how do you fill that? You need a close holes. This, I believe, delete mask. Oh no, delete mask is a macro. So to be able to delete part of a mesh, just like with a mask and stuff like that, I had to create a macro to do that, to delete it. And then you got to close holes, and then half the time that'll work. I mean, you could get away with not. You could run ZRemesh, which will fix it. But close holes, this method that I have, is better because then you don't have to rerun it all. This, like, you cannot do this without creating your own macro stuff. I had to go out of my way to sort of make that myself. It's just stuff like that to me that's just like stupid. Man. I cannot find. I'm just trying to have a couple different colors. HSL invariant mask. I guess it just doesn't exist. It used to be a thing you could go by multiple different colors. Oh, hold on, hold on. I do have something. I think this? No, this one isn't, is it? Or is it? No. It's... this uses it. So it's a gradient. Add a filter. I spread it to gradient. Here we go. Why is this like this? There's a gradient within those. Harsh gradient. Oh, fuck's sake. What was it? Because this goes within a couple different ones. A filter gradient. This is different though. And that stuff made me go crazy. Look, this gradient setup is different to this gradient. And who knows why? Paste. Actually, what? Oh, it's because I got that on top as well. But I'm using the exact same thing and it's giving me a different result. Oh, do I gotta add that black and white? That's crazy there. I don't like this default dirt though, that's why I'm not using it. Finished grainy. Okay. Just how this works. That's crazy to me though. Copy. Paste. And here it's not even working. What? That's simply not working. Okay, I will just do it the weird way then. I'll just use this by default. And I'll work off of it. Lovely. Just gonna touch up this contrast, I think. Change this to be dirt. Man, it makes such a stupid difference. Oh man. I mean, it's fine from a distance, yeah. Maybe I decrease the opacity. I don't know. Like, it's not perfect, but I feel like it's not the worst. So I get sand on it. I know, dude. Oh well. It'll do. I just don't want to spend too long on it. I'd probably get it working. If I could get that stupid dirt thing actually working, I probably wouldn't have as many issues. Actually, I might change up one last thing. It's just super... If the contrast was actually working for me, well... See how much it cuts out. All this is just nothing burger. I can't go higher. That one's a real bummer. I gotta be honest. Let me do maybe one more thing. I could go like a Y and kind of like. I just want to darken. That's like not possible, I don't think. Look. That's stupid. It's changing it to black, I don't believe, does anything. You gotta be kidding me. I'm wanting blood, I'm just trying to see what results. Oh, this. Alright, I'm gonna be eating stream in 5 minutes. I'm gonna go for another walk. Like, you know how cool this would look if I could have this just darken up? But it's just not possible. I think it sort of does, but also, like, also not really. I need metallic on. I hate doing mixed metallics though. It's such a no-no. That's fine, that's fine, it's fine. I'm gonna crash out if I keep worrying about all those things. Let's turn off. We want metallic. We don't need AO. It's not bad, they just remember less is more. Don't run away too much, yeah. So I'm doing, yeah, I know that. I'm doing a super old. What I'm trying to do is like super old. Because it's like the person's obviously died and they've been dead for a long time, so I'm kind of going for something that looks just real grungy. Maybe it is too much, to be honest. The only thing, if I could fix these, which there's no real way to fix, to be honest, that would be spectacular. Oh, if I went for a higher resolution, I could probably improve. Yeah. It's the way that roughness and metallic work together. I tell you, for stuff we could work out how to improve that, that'd be money from me. We want metallic there. Oops. They exported in fucking nowhere and I accidentally closed it. Lovely. Not where I wanted it. So, this isn't anything crazy. And if I spend a decent amount of time, I can get some decent results. But we're going for a super beat up sword. left by somebody after dying. Who knows how long it's been there. Which I think should be fine. But I do agree with you. The less is definitely more. I mean, if this was 4K, I'd probably get it nicer. I'd be intrigued to know how much nicer it would look. Let me see if I can run that. It's not baked. But it'd probably look a decent bit. You definitely get a much nicer result. So stuff like that is kind of fine. Even then, this is still a bit much. Oh, you literally came at the worst time, to be honest. Big man. Hi, Key. I'm literally hopping off for a walk in like 2 minutes. I'm just going to import it, double check that it all looks fine, and then I'm going to go for a walk. I gotta be honest. This could never run slow. Why does it auto load? I like the fact that it auto loads for me, but then as soon as I'm starting my next project or whatever, that's gonna be incredibly fucking annoying. It's fine. You gonna start cleaning up your code now and comment? Oh yeah. Have it all done. How are you, by the way, Vault? For design and class. I hate that naming convention. I gotta fix that. Sizing wise, this should be fine. You're kidding me. Oh, it's all reset. That's really frustrating. Oh. I had everything perfect for centimeters. Who the fuck is it? There we go. Oh, that's really frustrating. If I change this to be like 100, it should be fine then. Of course, 100 centimeters is a meter. Why is this not working? Oh, there we go. I'm done. You know why it's default pink? That one bewilders me a little. Whatever. Can rename that at some later point. Not half bad. What even are these? This one will be metallic. This one will be normal, and then this one will be roughness. Oh, it's not the worst. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, specular. I dragged into the wrong one. I'm like, why is there no metallic? That's not the worst. I might touch it up a little bit. It's not completely on the ground, but you get sort of the idea. I dig it. It'll do. Like, all it is it's just going to be by somebody's, like, underneath some, like, bones and stuff. Alright. I'm going to end stream there. I'm sorry. I gotta go for a walk with my dad. because he's busting to go now. You guys have a good one. Thanks for popping by and chatting, Arnold. I'm sorry you're a little too late. Feel free to watch back though if you want to see what I ended up doing. But at least you got to see the end result rather than just the start result. There is that. I've lost my drink bottle. But yeah, you guys have a good one, and I'll catch you either later tonight or tomorrow. We'll see how I feel. Anyway, thank you all. Catch yous. Bye bye.